So good morning. We are still here in Playa del Carmen, but we are just down here at the ocean. We're about to hop on the ferry over to Cozumel, and it is definitely chaotic down here. They have this big famous archways here, which has a lot of sort of Mayan influence in it, of course, and big stop for people with their pictures. So there's you can see the ferries just out there. There's actually 4 or 5 of them there at the moment. I believe my next one is at 12:30, and then the next one after that's 1:30. So I'll catch one or the other. It's not a big deal. It is hot down here though. I was kind of surprised, expecting it to be a bit cooler given down to the ocean here, but that's fine. I was told yesterday it's been unseasonably hot this time of year compared to usual. About 5 or 6 degrees Celsius warmer than usual, but that's fine. Anyway, you can see the beaches there. Beautiful day here. Rained really heavy last night, and lots of like thunder and lightning and stuff like that, but I think some of the parts of the city even got flooded out last night a little bit, but I was up on the 2nd floor of my hotel, so it was fine up there, no problems at all. So we're just gonna make our way down here, and I see the sign there, it says 12:30 for the next ferry. Like I said, I already have my next ticket bought, so it's about 45 minutes, I believe, on the ferry as well to get over to the island. Playa del Carmen city sign down here, and a really cool looking sand sculpture as I try to talk over the music in the background, because I know it'll happen if I don't. Just a shot of the beach here on Playa before we head over to Cozumel. Water looks crystal clear and very blue, so I expect more of the same over on the island side as well. So we're just going to head up the escalator here and get checked in for the ferry, and might as well grab the 12:31 since we're here. Another shot from up here on the 2nd floor at the ferry terminal, just past security and everything, the waiting area I guess you call it. And yeah, if you look out there on just on the edge, you can see some of the fancier luxury hotels and stuff that sit right on the beach over on Cozumel. Anyway, let's go over here and find a seat and just wait. There's some of the ferries heading over to Cozumel Island. And yeah, more of the beach here at Playa. You can see it's a pretty busy day on the beach here today because of the heat and beautiful weather. So it makes sense that the beach is also very busy. Well, I ended up opting for the 1:30 ferry instead of the 12:30, just to kind of relax and not have to rush anyway. Can't check into my hotel, I don't think, until 3 o'clock. Over to the island the fast way, I guess. Anyway, let's get aboard and get situated, and off we go to Cozumel. And here is our boat to get us across to the island, the Xcaret. Ride, I would say, over on the ferry. We are just pulling in to the crazy downtown Cozumel. It takes about 3 or 4 streets, so I've been told, to get through all the tourist stuff. The good news is that my hotel is straight up here, literally a straight shot from the ferry, about 8 or 9 blocks, so I don't have to do much other than point myself in one direction and go. So we are, we're only about 4 blocks, I would say, from the beach, and we're gonna just head up to the hotel here. We're through the worst of the touristy stuff, I think, so we should be good to go from here. Looks like it'll be a nice spot though. Lots of restaurants around and some souvenir shops and things like that, so it should be a good time.
Amigo, looking for a car?
No, gracias. 2 feet. I'm good. Gracias. Good evening from here on Cozumel Island. It is about 6:30 in the evening and the sun has just gone down finally. It was an extremely hot day here today. I was talking to some people earlier and they said that on average it's about 5 to 6 degrees Celsius warmer than usual this time of year. I didn't really have any big plans when I came to Cozumel after being in Playa, but I just wanted to come over and kind of check out the island and see what it's like. Get the whole Mayan Riviera experience, I suppose. It was about 35 minutes on the ferry to get over to Cozumel from Playa del Carmen. Easy ride, and if you do come over, there's 2 or 3 different companies that offer rides over on their ferries, all roughly the same price. You might find a small discount online like I did. I just did a Google search for ferries to Cozumel and I found one that was, I think, 10% off. So that worked out to around $14 US each way. I just bought one return ticket. It's easier that way, and it's open-ended, so it's not like tied into any particular sort of, route or time or date or anything like that. So the place I'm staying at here in Cozumel has turned out to be really great. I'll put the information and stuff on the screen later when I give you a tour of the room and stuff, but it's definitely possible to come to Cozumel on a budget and have a great time. One of the nice things about coming to Cozumel is that you can come on a budget, you can come with no budget, and you're still going to be able to have a great time and find lots of places and things to do. For me, it was just coming over to kind of check out the island, find a place to stay, eat some delicious food while I'm here, and just relax for a couple days. I had some plans possibly of going to check out a couple of sites, but with Tulum next on my list, I think I will just wait and I'll go see the ruins in Tulum and be able to enjoy that there. As far as Cozumel goes, one of the places I would recommend trying out to eat at is a restaurant called Guisados. It's only about 2 blocks from the tourist zone down here by the waterfront, right on the main street. I'll put the address on the screen here. And the tacos that they offer there were amazing, quite simply. It's just a small place. They're cooking everything right there on the spot. Everything's been marinating and cooking for hours, so it's just, they had, I think, 8 different types of tacos, and they also had a bunch of vegetarian options and some drinks. I got 4 tacos, all different kinds, and a drink, and I think the whole bill came to, I don't know, 160 or 170 pesos or something, and it was awesome. So if you get a chance, you're in the area, I highly recommend you check that out. I've been doing a lot of thinking the last, I don't know, probably week to 10 days about my time here in Mexico and how it's, kind of quickly coming to an end after so many months and so many places and so many amazing experiences. And trying to, not really rank, I guess, but try and review in my mind which places I enjoyed the most. You know, the experiences that I had that ended up being great, those types of things. And one of the big takeaways that I've heard in some of the comments has been from people from Mexico who have said, I didn't even know that place existed, and now I want to go see it. And that really is, that's kind of cool to me. That really means a lot. I think that I feel like I'm in a very fortunate place, and I know that I am, just to be able to come to all these places and do it at my own pace, and it's been amazing. And there's certainly lots of places that I would recommend anybody coming to Mexico for the first time. If you want a place and you're looking for something in particular in terms of type of place you're looking for, or budget, or weather, or culture, or history, I think that I've gotten all of those covered at this point. And it's been really remarkable. It really has. I was able to kind of start this trek, this wander, if you will, here in Mexico, especially as a first-time visitor. It's been fantastic. And I don't really have anything else to compare it to. If you've traveled a lot and you have a lot of different places to compare other places to, or to look back on and say, well, this country or that country was better than the other. But for me, it's just this is going to be tough to beat no matter where I go from here. Just the amount of time that I've been here, the wonderful people that I've met here, the places, the experiences, the history, the food, everything. It's going to be, this is going to be a tough one to beat no matter where I go. And I've mentioned before, like, my plans are to continue beyond Mexico. Like, this is not the end for me. Realistically, I have 2 more stops left in Mexico, and then I'm heading off to Belize and beyond after that. And by comparison, you look at somewhere like Belize, where I will probably be in the country for probably a grand total of 2 weeks. I've spent 2 weeks in just some cities in Mexico while here, so it'll be tough. It's going to be really hard to beat the experiences that I've had here and just the amazing time. Anyway, I don't really know what the point of all this rambling kind of was. It was just to kind of come down and go for a walk along the waterfront and share some thoughts here today. Cozumel's great. I would definitely recommend it. I've only been here, a little over 24 hours so far, and it's a cool vibe. It's pretty laid back. It's pretty chill. It doesn't feel like it's crazy. I don't know. I can't describe it. I would definitely, absolutely recommend Cozumel as a good option for you if you're looking for somewhere to come in Mexico. As I mentioned when I was over in Playa, one of the nice things with coming to this part is that you get a 2-for-1, right? You can go to Playa del Carmen for a week or however long you want, a few days, check it out. And then you can hop on the ferry and come over here to Cozumel and spend a few days here and check it out too. So really, you could do a 1-week vacation and have 2 stops on that trip and just have an enormously great, packed, entertaining time. So that's a great option for some people, and it's certainly doable for just about anybody. Again, with the convenience of the Cancun airport being nearby, Cancun airport from here is probably about 40 minutes by bus. I'm sure that many of the hotels in Playa probably have shuttles that go back and forth as well. But the ADO bus was great. It's cheap. It was, I think, like 85 pesos to get down here. They run all the time. They run from every terminal at the airport. So there's really plenty of options if you want to do something like that as a trip. So I think from here I'm going to take a little wander up through the market that's here. I don't really know what I'm looking for at this point. I have pretty well everything that I need. As always, I've packed for the long term and have managed to survive on everything that I have, and not a lot of extra space, to be totally honest. But I do think I'm going to start trying to collect some bracelets along the way here at some different places, so maybe I'll go look for one of those. I have a hat. I have 2 hats. I have lots of shirts and all the things all sort of the usual things that they try to sell. And artwork is tough because, again, I don't have anywhere to put it, especially where I'm continuing on with trips. But yeah, I do have an empty wrist. I did lose the, I don't know if you saw in some of my older videos, I had an orange armband that I was wearing quite a lot. And that was actually a fundraiser from about 8 or 9 years ago. It was a fundraiser done by refugees who had come to Greece, and they were cutting up and using pieces of life preservers and then selling those to help raise money for refugees overseas coming, across the Mediterranean. So I had that for a long time, and then I lost it a few weeks back. I don't know what happened to it. It was a magnet connector, and I think it just kind of wore out or got rusted out or whatever, and one day it just wasn't there anymore. So I tried to get a replacement, and they don't sell them anymore. So I decided, so I've got an empty wrist, so let's try and fill it up with some other stuff instead. And we'll go take a walk up to the market up here this way and see what we can find. I think if I remember correctly, that market was a couple blocks up the road here. The place I'm staying at as well is really nice because it's a straight shot from the ferry terminal, which is that large white building you can see over there. My place is about 9 blocks up the road, I think. So I just made it over here to near the park. There was a bunch of vendors here earlier, but most of them have already packed it up and gone home for the night. There is, however, a Carl's Jr. if you were in the mood for a greasy American burger, I suppose. I'm just kind of wandering around here aimlessly at this point through the Central Park. I did, however, find a bracelet. So one of the first vendors I stopped at had some pretty cool looking bracelets. Everyone tends to say the same thing, that it's family made and that it's original and all those sorts of things, and most of it feels like it's probably mass produced, but he was there with his kid and I felt bad, so I guess it worked. Anyway, it was 200 pesos for the bracelet, so that was about works out to about $10 or so US, which isn't bad. So I'm just going to take a wander through here. This is sort of the Central Park here down by the water. Everyone, of course, is at the Isla Cozumel sign, getting their pictures taken. It's a nice evening here now. It's still humid, but at least the sun is down, so it's cooled off a fair amount. Looks like they must have some stage performance and stuff here during the daytime. Nice little open space here, though. Some vendors down that way. Just for some perspective, so I am right now about 7 blocks up from the tourist zone, and my hotel is just a couple more up this way. What's nice up here is that it's quiet at night once the traffic settles down, and a couple local shops up here. There's a supermarket literally right next door to the place, which is great, so you can get stuff there. There's also a convenience store and OXXO just another couple blocks up farther if you prefer that. But as I said earlier, you know, this is the part of the cities that I kind of enjoy staying in. A bit farther away, but I don't know, it's just got a more of a authentic feel to it, I guess, which I like. Plus I get my steps in this way. These are the shops I was talking about that they're like the local supermarkets, and just good for picking up some supplies instead of going to OXXO or 7-Eleven or something and paying their corner store prices. Somewhere like that's great because it's a local spot, and same as like grocery stores. I'm just a few steps away from the hotel. And you can see even just in the last 20 minutes or so, the traffic has kind of calmed down quite a bit. This is where I'm staying. It doesn't look like much from this side, but that's the back side of the building there. And this little piece of walkway here is where my room is on. And it actually has a small balcony right up here on the top of this side of the building. It's pretty dark back here at the moment, but there's a whole yard here on the back side. And there's more units over there. And this is me. And tomorrow I'll do a full room review so I can give you my thoughts on the place. It's another case where I don't have my camera with me, but I do have my phone, and I just wanted to record a note about Mr. Taco here in Cozumel. So Mr. Taco has been here in Cozumel apparently since 1999, and you can understand why, because it is fast, delicious, really affordable. You can see how busy it was inside the restaurant there. It was just packed, and they were just going full tilt. So yeah, highly recommend it. If you come to Cozumel, make sure you go to Mr. Taco, get up the street for it, walk, take a taxi, whatever you have to do. Make sure you get up to Mr. Taco because it is awesome. So I'm just on my phone, but I wanted to shoot a quick video about this restaurant I was just at here in Cozumel. This is La Casa Mission restaurant, and yeah, I would definitely recommend it. There's a really nice breakfast here until noontime. It was 139 pesos total, and it gave you the choice of about 10 to 15 different dishes. It came with orange juice and unlimited coffee, and yeah, it's fantastic. Looks like it's a very popular place on the weekends for brunch. I'm here on a Sunday, and it is packed. So definitely recommend if you're looking for a place here in Cozumel that's you know, nice but away from the tourist zone a little bit. This is up past Avenue 45, but you can find it on the Google map if you just look for it. I've got some extra pictures here as well, which I'll show of the omelet that I had, and the menu, and a couple of pictures from the area. So I thought I would give you a quick room review here where I'm staying in Cozumel. I'm staying at the Hotel Dos Mundos, which is up here sort of away from the tourist zone, up near Avenue 45 on the main street. And it's probably about 8 or 9 blocks, I guess, up from the ferry terminal and sort of the tourist zone where all the restaurants and stuff are. It's been really good, nice and quiet here at night. Good for sleeping, and yeah, it's a great sized room, I have to say, for the price that I paid. So this room was a suite. I had 2 beds, a double and a single. I've obviously by myself, so I've just been using one to sleep and one to kind of put my stuff on, and I cleaned it up for the purposes of this video. There's a nice closet there with an ironing board and an iron should you need one. Really good air conditioning up on the wall. Kept the place cold to the point where I've a couple times I've had to actually turn it down because it got too cold in here. And so yeah, it's been worked perfectly. Little workspace here that I've been using. TV on the wall. There's a nice little sitting area over here, which I haven't used a whole lot, but I think that this actually would fold down into another bed if you needed it. And then this little table here has 4 of these little pop-out stools with it, which is kind of nice. Another chair here. And then in through here is the bathroom. Standard bathroom. Shower works great. Lots of hot water. And yeah, it's so Hotel del Mundos has been a great spot to stay here in Cozumel for a few nights. Tonight is actually my last night here. Tomorrow I'm off to Tulum for 3 nights to check out the ruins there and some other sites as well. It's supposed to be potentially a little rainy over the next few days, so we'll see what happens with that, but I can't control the weather, so that's why I have a rain jacket. But yeah, overall, great spot, nice and clean, great staff. They have somebody at the front desk down there 24/7, so if you ever needed anything, free coffee down in the lobby in the mornings as well. You can sit here and watch the world go by. There's also, what's also nice about this location, and I've mentioned it briefly before, is that there's lots of restaurants and stores right here within a couple of blocks of each other. There's some fantastic food here. As you've seen in the video, Casa Mission restaurant, which was that fantastic place where I went for brunch, is literally 2 blocks from here. The island famous Mr. Taco, which is also just 3 blocks from here. And then if you go the other way, you can walk like 4 or 5 blocks and hit up some of the other places that you've seen some pictures of. So a nice spot. Again, away from the tourist section of town. So if you're looking for something that's, you know, still within walking distance, but a little bit away from the noise and stuff at night, I can't really recommend this place enough. So I'll put the information on the screen here, the location, the price that I paid on booking.com. And yeah, it's been fantastic. So I would highly recommend it. This is the kind of area that you're looking to get into, away from the tourist zone, a bit more local based. This would be the place here on Cozumel Island. So come and check it out. So that's going to do it from Cozumel Island. Thank you so much for watching, as always. Please leave a like or a comment below to let me know that you were here. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so, because every subscription matters to me and I really appreciate it. You can find my up-to-date social media links down below, and if you'd like to support me further, there's a link in the description below. You can do that as well. And remember, life is short. Wander. I'll see you in the next video.